It was about 8 years ago that I first moved to Columbus, Ohio. I was a freshman at Capital University, and I was just getting ready to start my first year of school, first time moving away from home. And I don't remember a whole lot about what was going through my mind at that time, but I do remember one thing. When I came to Columbus, I knew for certain that there was no way I was going to become a pastor.
Since I was probably 7 or 8 years old, I have been talking to my parents and my pastor about becoming a pastor. I remember in 5th grade, I was in Lutheran school and we were talking about what we were interested in becoming when we were adults, you know, like when we grew up. And the other kids would say like, I want to be a firefighter or a superhero or something like that. And I would say, I want to be a Lutheran pastor. When I visited Trinity, it was just a really friendly experience, and that means a lot to me. I am a social person and I want to make connections with people. That's kind of how I understand my place in the world, is my place with other people.
I first started to play music at church at 2007. That's my sophomore year at Capital while I was doing my piano performance degree. And I was served at a First Baptist church in Columbus, and I was the pianist there. When I first started there, I was just playing piano as extra money. I didn't feel like what I'm doing is something important because I wasn't a Christian. I don't really understand the sermon, partially because my English wasn't that great back then. Year after year, I got all the comments from the congregation. People from congregation tell me that my music moves them, touches their heart, and make them feel more close to God, especially during the meditation and offering time. One day I ran into my friend, and he's an organist at a big church in Columbus, and he told me, if you like church music so much, why don't you seek a degree in church music? And I didn't know there was such thing. He said, Trinity Lutheran Seminary offers a degree in Master of Arts in church music. Like, wow, that's cool. And I came here to check out. I have a lot of questions, and I have a good answer here, which is really awesome.
In a community like this, whether it's a seminary or a church, we have a wonderful resource around us, this amazing community. And when we're at our very best, when we're doing exactly what we're supposed to do, I think what we do is to gather together and practice trusting in God.
The mission statement at Trinity Lutheran Seminary is this: we form leaders for Christ's church at work in the world. Missional for us means a church that's willing to be sent into the world, a church that turns itself inside out for the sake of the world, and we want to be a missional seminary. The days of, if you build it, they will come, are over. We know that churches can't simply throw their doors open and expect people to flock to them, and we don't expect simply because we exist in a wonderful building at the corner of College and Main in a wonderful community that if we open our doors, people will come to us. We need to turn ourselves inside out for the sake of the church and the sake of the community. We are right now undergoing a process of wholesale curriculum review, constantly trying to make sure that the way we are forming leaders through the educational process is absolutely relevant to the needs of the world and the mission of the church in the 21st century. But we really try to take individual personhood seriously. Who are you as a person? How do you need to grow? How do you need to be formed and shaped? What do you bring into ministry? We work with those personal dynamics to grow a person into be the kind of leader that we want them to be for the church.
I think that the leaders that Trinity forms and sends are ready from day one. That there is this cumulative effect of things like academic experience, biblical studies, theology, history, combined with the field work that they engage in, being involved with other students and getting engaged in community life and groups on campus, putting into action some of the things that they believe, So there's this cumulative effect of creating a leader who is bringing together lots of branches of stuff. And they're ready from day one to hit the road and go.
And when we gather together, we challenge one another to be more generous, to be more open, to be more willing to God's call for each of us. It's in communities like this that we live out that gospel call that Jesus calls us to trust in God for our lives, for where we're going to go.